everybody, and welcome to another Disney Infinity video. Now, first of all, you're probably thinking that I should be doing Game of the Week today, but decided as it's the last day of the holidays, we're going to do something a bit different in Disney Infinity. Well, for some people, their holiday might finish, but yeah, for me, it is the last day. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a tutorial, but we're going to do quite a fun one. And I'm going to show you how to make a machine that basically generates XP and it's going to level up your characters really quick to like level 20. Now when we test it, we're probably only going to go to 10 just for video length purposes. But yeah, you can get to 20 quite quickly with this. Now you might be thinking the microphone sounds a bit different. As I'm recording this, I'm not sure what it sounds like, but I will see after the video. Last time I thought the microphone was going to be a bit better, but it turned out it wasn't. So basically I'm trying a different one, because basically I got this new laptop and it had this different microphone. And it didn't turn out as well as I thought it would. But anyway, this is just going to be a bit of trial and error with different microphones and things till we get the perfect sound. I mean, the sound wasn't perfect in the old laptop, but it wasn't as bad as what the last episode of Agent B Weekly was with the new microphone and sound and stuff. So, first thing you need for this is a teleporter. So if we go into creativity toys, we should find one of them. And basically what we're going to do here is we're going to make a machine that basically spawns in a load of enemies and basically kills them straight away, and basically XP just rains down. But the main reason I'm doing a tutorial is it can get quite laggy, so I'm going to show you how to make it so it shouldn't get too laggy. So we need first off we need a teleporter and a trigger area. We then need two. We might as well get all the creative toys now. So I'm gonna get a repeater and a enemy wave generator. So we got one of these now, and we're going to place this like here, sort of above the teleporter but still in the trigger area. We're also going to get a what you call it, repeater, that's it. So if I can find one of them. I'm really bad at finding these toys and stuff. And also I'd like to say thank you for the subscribers. I think we're on about 43 now, and we only hit 40 very recently, so I'm really happy that the channel is doing well and that you're enjoying the new content that I've sort of been putting on. So what we need to do now is, I think we'll actually do the logic connections now, get that out of the way. So we need to say that the trigger area, we need to do a new logic connection and say that when this is entered by a where is it? Is it AL? Are enemies under AL? I think they are, yeah. Enemy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to wire it to this kill switch over here. I'm basically going to press defeat. So any enemy that enters that trigger area is going to die, basically. Now what we need to do is we need to, and I've actually forgot to do something. We need another teleporter, because what we want to do is we want to teleport into the trigger area. So I'm going to put a teleporter about here. I'm going to wire that up. Actually, it should just teleport automatically, but yeah, it's done it automatically, which is good. What we need to do now is we need to wire. We need to say when the logic connection, and then we need to do when we teleport from there, because we're going to teleport into the middle of there, and we're going to be stood right underneath the thing that spawns all the enemies in. We want to say that to generate a wave. And now what we're going to do is we're going to configure the wave. So we're going to say what enemies to put in, and this is the bit that's really important. You need to make sure you're spawning enemies that aren't going to lag the game. So you don't want, like, what's an example of something you don't want to use? Just try and find one. You don't want to use one of these guys, because otherwise, if you use one of these zombie droids, they're that big, they're just going to lag the game if you spawn in a load of them. So what we want to use is the Agrabah guards, either them or the Rhino guards, something about medium size, basically. So they're sort of average size for an enemy. And basically we want to spawn in as many as possible. So we want to change all this to 10. So I'm sorry if this is gonna get a bit tedious, but I just want to make sure that we get as many enemies spawning in as possible. Now, this might still lag. Like a couple of times for me, this sort of machine has crashed the game. But it's much better than some of the ones that people have done. Like I was trying to find loads of sort of ways to do this, and the best method is the one I'm teaching you guys to do. So we just got these last couple. And that's spawning plenty of enemies. So now what we're going to do is we are going to wire this. What we need to do is we're going to wire, and hopefully this, I've done it right. And actually I have done one thing wrong. We don't want to wire the wave generator to that. What we want to do is we're going to wire this to the repeater to turn on. So this should turn on now. Let me check that I've done the right one, because yeah, I have. So that's going to turn on, and then what we want to say is when we teleport from this teleporter here, we want to turn the repeater off, because we want it to stop spawning in enemies. So like so. And then there's one more connection we need to do actually. We need to wire the repeater and say that when it repeats a command, which it will do automatically when it's turned on, we want to generate the wave. So now all the logic connections should be done. We now need to enclose basically where we're spawning in the enemies, so none of the XP goes flying out, because if you don't, then it will go flying everywhere, and you don't want that really, because it will be much harder to get. And I might actually need to edit how big the trigger area is, because there is going to be a little bit that's sort of slightly out, but I'm also going to extend the size. And I actually need to move these this repeater and trigger area out the way so that we don't, because otherwise we could end up, if we're trying to run around to get XP, killing ourselves basically, because if you step on that thing it's going to automatically kill you. So now what we need is to enclose this a little bit more, like that, and then we're done. But we do need to put a roof on. I'm just going to edit this trigger area first because it's slightly out from what I want it to be. So if I oh, it's very, I'm trying to get to that. Might actually be easier if no, I don't want to step in there though, because otherwise it will set everything off. Wait, have I got it? Yeah, I have. That's lucky. Right, if I do... That's slightly too big, so if I whoops. There we go, that should work now, but I just need to extend it to the left slightly. So, if we... What am I going to... Just trying to figure out the best way to... Right, we want to go right down to that bottom corner. And that should work, actually. So if we... There we go, that's perfect. So one last thing is to enclose it, and then we can test to see if it works. So what you want to do here is basically just cover up any where that's sort of exposed. So in other words, you're basically making a roof. And there's just them 2 blocks in the middle which I'm going to cover up with normal blocks. So this now, what should happen is when we're going to teleport inside that box, and then what should happen is we should basically get a load of XP from enemies. So let's see if it works. Oh, is it going to work? Ah, there's one thing I forgot to do, and it's with the repeater. And it's still going, so obviously one connection's not worked. What I need to do is, I need to change the rates, to basically as high as it goes. So we're going to do 600, so hopefully now it should work. And the reason they're still spawning, I've just actually figured out, is because it's going so slow. It's basically so what should happen now when I enter is it should speed up, hopefully.
Strong survive, but the noble overcome.
No, it's not speeding up. Right, this may be a problem because it's not going to stop until I've finished. So what I might actually do is I'll delete the repeaters, so now it should automatically stop, and then if I get the repeater, and for some reason it's still going, which is weird, but If I get the repeater, there we go, it stopped. So if we get the repeater now, oh actually it's not stopped. If we get the repeater out, and then maybe if we wire this up again, we should and then I need to somehow get this other repeater. And then hopefully when teleported from there it's going to switch off. So hopefully if I change it to the right setting this time, it should repeat a bit quicker and work. So I'm guessing now what happens is the enemies have run out. So if we go in now, it should do it faster, which I'm hoping. Come on. Oh yeah, I'm not wired that back up, that's why. Sorry, this is a really bad tutorial. It has been a while since I've done this. I literally just suddenly decided, oh, I'll do a tutorial how to do this. But I need to put when it repeats, I want to spawn an enemy. So at 600, this should go, well, I'll set it to maximum basically. So I really do hope this works now. Right. Hopefully this works. All we can do is hope for the best. But I'm going in and we're going to test this thing. Oh, is it going to work? I do not know why it is doing that. We're getting XP, but just not as much as I'd like. That's what's happening at the moment.
I wish Master Qui-Gon could see this.
So basically it's working, but it's not working fast enough. So as you can see, we've got it working. It's not the fastest, but like I've got one that can do it really fast. I'm not sure why this isn't going fast enough, but yeah. Oh, actually, I know why it's not. I think I've figured it out now. I think what we need to do is we need to set the change something in the enemy generator. That's if I can get to it. Right, there we go. We need to go into properties in here. And we need to... No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Want to set the generation delay to 0. There we go. That's what I call an enemy. Right, this is how it should work now. So what's going to happen now is it's basically going to generate all at once. So you'll see what happens. We got it to work eventually. So as you see now, it's generating really fast. and we're getting a load of XP. We're going to be at level 10 before long. Now, like I said, I'm going to go to level 10, just because of the video length. But yeah, that's basically what you want. And for some reason it has stopped. But it is doing exactly what I wanted it to. So that's what was wrong all along. Now, hopefully if I change this back, we should get... want to change the delay to 1, perhaps. Yeah, 1 should... Let's see what this does. Simply because I didn't do something with the thing that spawns in the enemy. Right, there we go, it's working. So you can either stand still or run around. It doesn't really matter. Now this one actually has worked better than ones I've done previously. It is more compact, but yeah, this is basically what it does. So what I'm saying you can do with this is you set it up. You can go and do anything you want and then just leave this running. So if you're busy like I'm going to be next week and the following weeks, that's why I'm not going to be able to do as many videos. You simply can leave this running and then just get loads of sparks. It gives you a load of money as well, as you can see my money going up. That's how I've got so much money, is from simply doing this. So I'm going to run round because that usually speeds it up a bit. But we should soon be at level 10, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the best ways to spend your XP, because I recommend spending it at level 10 and then doing it at level 20, because I think that's the best way. So you get some abilities quick, but you don't have it so that you have to wait much longer. You can have some abilities in the meantime. Now the tricky thing is getting out of here when you get to level 10. That's another thing I recommend doing. Why you should maybe stand still. It might be a bit slower, but it can be hard to get out like this. But I think I've found the thing now, so we should be alright. So yeah, like I said, they're literally getting killed straight away here. And it doesn't hurt you either if you make it like this. Like, if you do it wrong, it could end up hurting you a bit because there's enemies there. But mine isn't doing, which is good. So we're nearly at level 10 now. I think we should get to level 10 within about the next 10 seconds. So maybe that was an exaggeration, but yeah, pretty much. And no, oh no, how am I going to get out of here now? I don't want to get out of here yet though. Now I do though. How on earth am I? Oh no, this is... Now this is one problem with this creation. It's impossible to get out of here.
Where did that come from?
But if we pause the game like that, then we might actually be able to do the skill thing from here. I suppose that is a way around it actually. So the Star Wars characters, like I said, I'm going to tell you how to best way to get them leveled up the best you can is basically going melee, pretty much. So we're going to do the special move, activate that, but I want to concentrate on melee more. So what I recommend doing is giving them 2 of each. on each section, then going back and sort of focusing on the melee ones. So we're going to do that and that. No, actually, we'll do that. So I'm thinking what to do. I think I'm going to upgrade this. I know that's defense, but yeah. We're going to do melee now. So if we do that. So, like I said, I'm trying to do melee as much as I can here, and I might actually upgrade that. And will I have enough to do the activate his double jump, which he should have? I'm gonna have a look. Well, it's just gonna have a look what the double jump is under. Then we can do that. Oh, there we go. We need to upgrade this, like so. And we have enough. That was lucky. I'm going to check if there's any upgrades we can afford, and if not, then we will call it a day. Right, we can't afford that. I don't think we can afford anything, so... And that's quite a useful thing. When you... Oh, it's not done it. I thought when you were outside the things...
Challenge.
Then you could activate this. And I managed to get out, funnily enough. So what we can do now is we can test his attack. So if we hold Y, then we should be able to do this attack like that. So we've learnt that attack now. And then basically after that, what you can do is just play around with some of the attacks for a bit. But that's pretty much all I've got to show you, to be honest. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.